Hello everybody, welcome back, and I'm TheChornick, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna talk about episode number 37, Pokemon Sun and Moon, the episode where Rockruff finally evolves into the new form of Lycanroc, the Dusk form. So some people were wondering if there's going to be a Dawn form, and maybe there will be, maybe they won't. But Rockruff's right in the middle here at the Dusk form, because we had midday, we had midnight, but now we have this new form. It's nice to see that the anime kind of represents the same time they reveal it to the world for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, that game that's coming out. So it's nice to see that they're, you know, having it in the anime as well, and Rockruff doesn't have to choose one side or the other. They're just going to make this completely new form and make it the Dusk form, and boom, you know, he doesn't have to choose the one or the other, you know, midday or midnight. He could just be something completely new. So overall, I guess you could say the appearance of this Lycanroc, it just looks like a combination of both midday and midnight, with just being orange with green eyes. That's pretty much just what it is. They could have done better, in my opinion. They could have made it look completely different, but they didn't. So I'm a little upset, but it's not terrible. Not bad, but this episode overall was about Rockruff's evolution, and they did a good job with it. The whole story, the whole point of the episode was just showcasing Rockruff's journey up to getting, you know, finally evolving and seeing the sunlight and the green light and evolving into the new form of the Dusk form. So we got to see a little appearances from Tapu Lele and from Type Null. So Gladion finally has revealed to us Type Null. But he is hiding him in the cave. He says, you can't go outside, no one can see you. So that's why we haven't seen Type Null yet, is because Gladion's hiding him. And he will only let him out, say, in like the cave and stuff where no one can see him. Gladion also wants to remove Type Null's helmet because it seems to be hurting him. So that's also a big thing, is like he wants to remove that. So we might see some development there in a future episode. But that's just a little part of Gladion. The real reason why Gladion was showcased was because of the Lycanroc, the Midnight Lycanroc, and they wanted to have both Midnight and Midday Lycanrocs shown within this episode to help like Rockruff, because they both understood what Rockruff was going to, because they used to be Rockruff, right? So they both know what, you know, Ash's Rockruff was going through, and they both knew where he was headed and where he was going. And so right off the bat, when Ash was freaking out trying to look for Rockruff, and he ran out of the house and tried looking for him, and Kukui, which was really cool to see, Kukui ends up being worried sick and scolding Ash when he finds him, because everyone's like freaking out because Ash ran away to find Rockruff, but they didn't know he was going after Rockruff. They just thought he ran away. So like Kukui just seeing like a little bit of dad out of him, being worried sick about Ash, was kind of cool to see. But after that, they all spread out and they try to look for Rockruff. Lycanroc, Olivia's Lycanroc, ends up knowing right off the bat where Rockruff was going, and that Lycanroc just took off into the woods and eventually found Rockruff, you know, all beaten up on the side of the, you know, pavement and stuff. So the reason why he's all beaten up, of course, is because Tapu Lele is an absolute just jerk. Because Tapu Lele is actually, if you look at his Pokedex, it's like naturally cruel. So it'll actually beat up Pokemon and humans and kill them for absolutely no reason. Like, it's an evil Pokemon. So the fact is, like, even because it could heal Pokemon too, it could heal you, it could heal your wounds, but it mocks you that way and it cruels, because like some Pokemon and humans will go to it to be healed, but it'll just make fun of you and end up beating you up even further. Like, it'll just like, and that's the fact is, Tapu Lele saw Rockruff, you know, hating on himself and hurting himself and, you know, attacking the mountainside with his rock throw and all that, and Tapu Lele was like, oh, haha, let me just make your life even more miserable, and she came down and just like beat the crap out of him. So initially I'm like, daggone, Tapu Lele is just a butt face, you know what I'm saying? And then like, even later on, when both the Lycanrocs found him and brought him to Tapu Lele to heal him, Tapu Lele like refused and attacked both the Lycanrocs and everything. And I thought it was really, really cool to see those Lycanrocs defend Rockruff and know what Rockruff was going through, because they went through the same thing. And so finally at the very, very end, when Ash found him and everything, Tapu Lele finally was nice and kissed and drained the energy from both the Lycanrocs and Ash and gave that healing power onto the Rockruff, and Rockruff was fully healed. And then he looked off into the distance at the sunset, and you know, eventually evolved. And the evolution itself was brilliant. I really like how the evolutions in Sun and Moon like show the gradual change, and they show like, you know, the arms extending and his snout, you know, his nose and everything are growing larger and everything, and his ears coming out. Like the fact that they show animation like that, and the animation is so much more significant in all of these episodes rather than just being some glowing blue light, you know, and then all of a sudden they're just a different form. So I like the fact that their evolutions are just really great in Sun and Moon at this point. And so overall, just hearing them howl out into the sunset, that gave me goosebumps. I was like starting to tear up. I was like, oh my gosh, like it's crazy. And like Rockruff with his little howl, and he's like, oh, you know, and all the Lycanrocs are just like, ah, and then they're all like howling at the sun, and then Lycanroc just all of a sudden Rockruff all of a sudden just booms, and he just like glows, and then he just starts evolving in the middle of them. And he becomes into that new Pokemon, and he starts howling and all that. And all the Lycanrocs start howling, and it's honestly, it was really cool. I really liked that scene because it was really significant, I think, especially for Rockruff, and how depressed he was in these past couple episodes, and the fact that he attacked Rowlet and he felt really bad about it, and he's just been so vicious lately, and Ash had put up with him and everything, and I think this was just a really good kind of arc for Rockruff and his evolution change. Like that, I think it was just amazing because it wasn't just one episode. Like we knew he was gonna evolve for a while now, and so the fact that it just had this whole build up, and then finally he evolves into this brand new Pokemon, you know, the likes we haven't seen yet, right? You know, this brand new Lycanroc form. I think the fact that, you know, they couldn't choose between the two Lycanrocs, they had to make up a brand new form, like kind of how they did with Greninja. They did, you know, they couldn't just have some random Pokemon come back from previous seasons to Mega Evolve. So they were just like, you know what, you know, because no Kalos Pokemon could have Mega Evolve yet, we'll just have him form into, you know, Ash Greninja. So the fact that they're just going to continue that trend, and, you know, they don't want to pick, you know, size, they're just going to automatically go with something completely brand new and different. And I like how the anime does that. But overall, we got to see that, you know, Olivia basically gave some background that, you know, Tapu Lele is just so cruel and evil and mean and stuff, and then Tapu Lele leaves, and all good things, and they leave the island, and Ash tells Lycanroc that, hey, you know, we'll come back here, the place that you evolved and everything. So yeah, it looks like they are going to come back here eventually. So all like the minor things too were great, but overall this episode, you know, 8 out of 10. It did its job. It was to show, you know, Rockruff's evolution, and, you know, it was the finale of the arc that was him about to evolve, right? He was, past couple episodes, he was, you know, getting more and more violent because we knew he was coming to evolve soon. That's how Rockruff's, you know, Rockruffs are about to evolve when they get, like, extremely violent like that, and he was. So I like how they had this whole build up to his evolution instead of just all of a sudden the episode coming out of nowhere and he finally evolving, you know? Because that's how the evolution's always been, really. So the fact that they actually had this build up to him evolving, I think, was pretty cool. And I would say 8 out of 10. I mean, we have several great episodes back on Mealy Island. Ash is going to be using the Rock Z Crystal next episode against Team Rocket. So I bet Team Rocket's also going to have their Z Crystal. Thanks for watching. I love you all. Post you guys' comments in the section below. What do you think about the new form of Lycanroc? You know, like, what do you think about it? What do you think about the evolution? What do you think about the build-up? You know, do you like the fact that they brought so much emphasis on Rockruff's evolution? And this is the first evolution of Ash's, right? So we still have yet to see Litten or Rowlet evolve, right? Or Pikachu, frankly, but Pikachu's probably never going to evolve. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I love you all. Can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. I love you. Peace off! Thank you very much.